Chapter 15. Leonardo da Vinci, Artist, Engineer, Inventor. In 1452, in the hills of Tuscany, a child was born who would become almost synonymous with the Renaissance. His name was Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was an artist. But calling Leonardo an artist is a little like calling the ocean wet. He painted. He engineered machines. He studied anatomy. He investigated water, light, geology, mathematics, flight, weapons, architecture, and the human body. Leonardo wanted to understand how things worked. As a young man, he moved to Florence and entered the workshop of Andrea del Verrocchio. A Renaissance workshop wasn't simply an art studio. Leonardo learned painting, sculpture, metalworking, mechanics, chemistry, and technical drawing. Art and engineering weren't separate worlds. They were different ways of solving problems. Then, around 1482, Leonardo moved to Milan. He offered his services to Ludovico Sforza, the city's ruler. Interestingly, Leonardo's famous letter advertising his abilities spends much of its time describing engineering. He claimed he could design bridges, fortifications, artillery, armored vehicles, machines for attacking fortified cities. And almost as an afterthought, Leonardo mentioned that he could also paint. In Milan, Leonardo produced one of history's most famous paintings, The Last Supper. But his notebooks reveal an even larger world. Leonardo sketched machines that look astonishingly modern. Flying machines, parachute-like devices, mechanical gears, canals, bridges, an armored fighting vehicle, and an enormous screw-shaped flying machine often called his aerial screw. Many of these devices were never built. Some wouldn't have worked as drawn. But that's almost beside the point. Leonardo was doing something enormously important. He was thinking on paper. He drew a machine, studied the problem, changed the design, asked another question, and drew again. Then Leonardo turned that same curiosity toward the human body. He dissected human corpses and produced extraordinarily detailed anatomical drawings. Muscles, bones, organs, the heart, the fetus inside the womb. He wasn't satisfied with what ancient authorities said the body looked like. He wanted to see it himself. That attitude represents something larger happening during the Renaissance. Ancient knowledge was enormously valuable. But ancient authorities could be questioned. Observation mattered. Evidence mattered. Experience mattered. Leonardo eventually returned to Florence and began another painting, a portrait of a woman with an extraordinarily subtle smile, the Mona Lisa. Leonardo continued working on it for years. In 1516, he entered the service of King Francis I of France and moved to France, carrying several paintings with him. Leonardo died there in 1519. He left behind relatively few completed paintings. But thousands of pages of notes and drawings survive, and together they reveal something extraordinary. Leonardo didn't see art, engineering, anatomy, and science as separate subjects. To him, they were all parts of the same question. How does the world work? That may be Leonardo's greatest contribution to the Renaissance. Not a particular machine, not even a particular painting, but a way of looking at reality. Observe it. Question it. Draw it. Test the idea. Then look again. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't merely a Renaissance genius. He was the Renaissance idea made human.